And we'll start with the first game of the series, Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. Episode 1, the first turnabout. Yeah, that one character in the background doesn't look sus at all, does he? Play the first turnabout? Yes. First step, start playing in the Ace Attorney Trilogy. Oh god, is that dripping blood? Gah. Gah. Oh no. Damn it! Why me? I can't get caught. Not like this! I've got to find someone to pin this on. Someone like him. I'll make it look like he did it. August 3rd, 9:47 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 2. Alright, so we already know who the murderer is. It's just a matter of trying to unwind the story, I guess? Boy, am I nervous. Right? Oh, hiya, Chief. Phew, I'm glad you made it on time. Well, I have to say, Phoenix, I'm impressed. Not everyone takes on a murder trial right off the bat like this. It says a lot about you, and your client as well. Thanks. Actually, it's because I owe him a favor. A favor? You mean you knew the defendant before this case? Yes. Actually, I kinda owe my current job to him. He's one of the reasons I became an attorney. Well, that's news to me. I want to help him out any way I can. I just really want to help him. I owe him that much. I know I'm not a legal expert, but I have a feeling that this would qualify as an appearance of a conflict of interest. But let's just put the realistic legalese out of the way and just assume that this is just self-contained. Plus, I heard offhand from my friend who gifted me this game that this is more based on the Japanese legal system, and so certain rules about conflict of interests may not necessarily apply in this case. It's over! My life, everything, it's all over. Jesus Christ, is he pounding the table? Is that your client screaming over there? Yeah, it's him. Death, despair, oh! I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna die! Sounds like he wants to die. Yeah, no shit, Mia. Yeah. Ugh. Nick! Butts is his name? Hey there, Larry. Wait a minute. Wait, so is Phoenix actually named Nick, and just Phoenix Wright is his legal name? Well, professional name, I should say. Dude, I'm so guilty. Tell him I'm guilty. Give me the death sentence. I ain't afraid to die. What? What's wrong, Larry? Oh, it's all over. I'm finished. Finished! I can't live in a world without her. I can't! Who took her away from me, Nick? Who did this? Ah, Nick, you gotta tell me who took my baby away! The person responsible for your girlfriend's death? The newspapers say it was you. Okay. My name is Phoenix Wright. Here's the story. My first case is a fairly simple one. A young woman was killed in her apartment. The guy they arrested was the unlucky sap dating her. Larry Butts, my best friend since grade school. Our school had a saying, when something smells, it's usually the butts. In the 23 years I've known him, it's usually been true. He has a knack for getting himself into trouble. I would question my relationship if this is the kind of trouble he seems to be getting into left and right, but I'll put the benefit of the doubt that this is the first time he's ever been on the receiving end of something so serious. One thing I could say, though, it's usually not his fault. He just has terrible luck. As one who usually... Guy, I'm late? No, don't worry. I just only kind of started getting into it. Welcome on in, Miles. As one who usually blames a lot of misfortune on luck, I can empathize or sympathize with this guy, but jeez. But I know better than anyone that he's a good guy at heart. That and I owe him one, which is why I took the case. To clear his name. And that's just what I'm gonna do. August 3rd, 10 a.m., District Court. Courtroom number 2. Order in the court. Will everyone please rise? Court is... Oh, God. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Larry Butts. Prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The, defense is ready, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, this is your first trial, is it not? Yes, Your Honor. I'm, a little nervous. No, his luck is comically bad. Noted. Your conduct during this trial will decide the fate of your client. Murder is a serious charge. For your client's sake, I hope you can control your nerves. Thank you, Your Honor. Okay, just curious. Attorney badge. No one would believe I was a defense lawyer if I carried this. Cindy's autopsy report. Time of death, July 31st, during the 4 o'clock hour. Cause of death, loss of blood due to blunt trauma. FA. Chief Attorney. My boss and a very good defense attorney. My boss, the defendant in this case, a likable guy who's been my friend since grade school. Cindy Stone, 22. The victim in this case, a model. She lived in an apartment by herself. Winston Payne, age 52. Prosecutor for this case, lacks presence, generally bad at getting his points across. Well, at least I know... Oh, for a fact, I might have a legal softball case here. What is the evidence? Just simply the autopsy report. That is that. Alright. Mr. Wright, given the circumstances, I think we should have a test to ascertain your readiness. Yes, Your Honor. Head shaking. Eyesight fading. Oh, boy. The test will consist of a few simple questions. Answer them clearly and concisely. Please state the name of the defendant in this case. Larry Butts. The defendant? Well, that's Larry Butts, Your Honor. Correct. Just keep your wits about you and you'll do fine. Next question. This is a murder trial. Tell me, what's the victim's name? Phew, I know this one. Glad I could read the case report to cover so many times. It's... Wait. Uh-oh. Oh, come on, Phoenix. I just literally read the report. Even I don't have a memory that bad. No way. I forgot. I'm drawing a total blank here. Phoenix, are you absolutely sure you're up to this? You don't even know the victim's name? Oh, the victim. Of course, the victim's name. I just forgot. Temporarily. I think I feel a migraine coming on. You and me both, sister. Look, the victim's name is listed in the court record. Just press tab to check it at any time. I literally just did that seconds ago. Remember to check it off. Do it for me, please. I'm begging you. Mr. Wright, who is the victim in this case? Yeah, that's what I thought. Cindy Stone. The victim's name is Cindy E. Stone. Well, good to know that there isn't QuickTime events yet in this game. Correct. Now tell me, what was the cause of death? She died because she was... Yeah, she was hit with... Lol. It's not cinder block? Yeah, I think that would have been too on the head. Save your tomatoes for later. She was struck once by a blunt object. Correct. You've answered all my questions. I see no reason why we shouldn't proceed. You seem much more relaxed, Mr. Wright. Good for you. Thank you, Your Honor. Because I don't feel relaxed, that's for sure. I see what you did there. Here, thank you. I'll be at the comedy club in Vegas at 7. Because I don't feel relaxed, that's for sure. Well then. First, a question for the prosecution. Mr. Payne? Yes, Your Honor? As Mr. Wright just told us, the victim was struck with a blunt object. Would you explain to the court just what that object was? Okay. Was there anything... Does it say anything? Okay, so there is nothing standing out. The murder weapon was this statue of the Thinker. It was found lying on the floor next to the victim. I see. The court accepts it into evidence. Statue added to the court record. It's rather heavy. Right. Be sure to pay attention to any evidence added during the trial. That evidence is the only ammunition you have in court. Use tab to check the court record frequently. Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its first witness. The prosecution calls the defendant, Mr. Butts, to the stand. Chief, what do I do now? Pay attention. You don't want to miss any information that might help your client's case. You'll get your chance to respond to the prosecution later, so be ready. Let's just hope he doesn't say anything unfortunate. That's putting it extremely euphemistically. Uh-oh, Larry gets excited easily. This could be bad. Ahem. Mr. Butts, is it not true that the victim had recently dumped you? Hey, watch it, buddy! We were great together. We were Romeo and Juliet, Cleopatra and Mark Anthony. Did they all die? For any of you Shakespearean experts out there, or just need a refresher, yes! Those were all tragedies. I wasn't dumped. She just wasn't taking my phone calls or seeing me. Ever. Yeah, in short, you were probably dumped. What's it to you anyway? Mr. Butts, what do you describe as generally what we mean by dumped? That was a heck of a delayed reaction. I got so caught up in the story, I missed the context of that. That was a heck of a delayed reaction. What, from Butts? Phoenix? What? In fact, she had completely abandoned you and was seeing other men. She had just returned from overseas with one of them the day before the murder. What do you mean, one of them? Lies, all of it, lies! I don't believe a word of it! Your Honor, the victim's passport. According to this, she was in Paris until the day before she died. Passport added to the court record. The victim apparently arrived home from Paris on July 30th, the day before the murder. Indeed, she appears to have returned the day before the murder. Okay, let's take a look. Okay, it's just very basic descriptions. From everyone being dead. Oh boy. That's because you don't see it with PNG avatars, but I was just basically taking time to pause and put my hand to my face at that. Okay. So just the passport. Okay. Indeed, she appears to return the day before the murder. Dude, no way! The victim was a model, but did not have a large income. It appears that she had several sugar daddies. Daddies? Sugar? Hey, yo. Oh yeah, this game will cause many facepalm moments. Oh yeah, I'm prepared for that. Yes, older men who gave her money and gifts. Well, what's to say any one of them could have... Well, we know who did it, but who is he? She took their money and used it to support their lifestyle. Dude! We can clearly see what kind of woman this Miss Stone was. Tell me, Mr. Butts, what do you think of her now? Right. I don't think you want him to answer that question. Yeah, Larry has a way of running his mouth in all directions. Should I stop him from answering? My client has no idea the victim was seeing other men. That question is irrelevant to this case. In other words, objection! Oof. Dude, Nick, what do you mean irrelevant? That cheating she-dog? I'm gonna die. I'm just gonna drop dead. And when I meet her in the afterlife, I'm going to get to the bottom of this. Let's continue with the trial, shall we? Okay, nothing new, even after that objection. I believe the accused motive is clear to everyone. Yes, quite. Oh boy, this is so not looking good. Next question. You went to the victim's apartment on the day of the murder, did you not? Well, did you or did you not? Well, maybe I did and maybe I didn't. Uh-oh, he went... What do I do? Oh, boy. The game will let you know if anything is updated in the record. Okay. Well, if I stop him from answering the question, though, that would probably likely lead to me being overruled. But he needs to answer clearly and concisely. It's like... I know, I'll send him a signal. Tell the truth. Yeah, I was there. I went. Order! Well, Mr. Butts, dude, chill. She wasn't home, man, so, like, I didn't see her. Your Honor, the defendant is lying. Lying? The prosecution would like to call a witness who can prove Mr. Butts is lying. Well, that simplifies matters. Who is your witness? Yes, the man who found the victim's body just before making the gruesome discovery. He saw the defendant fleeing the scene of the crime. Order! Order in the court! Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its witness. Yes, Your Honor. This is bad. On the day of the murder, my witness was selling newspapers at the victim's building. Please bring Mr. Frank Sawit to the stand. Mr. Sawit, you sell newspaper subscriptions, is this correct? Oh, lovely. Oh, yes, newspapers, yes. Mr. Sawit, you may proceed with your testimony. Please tell the court what you saw on the day of the murder. Witness's account. Oh boy. Okay. I was going door to door selling subscriptions when I saw a man fleeing the apartment. I thought he must be in a hurry because he left the door half open behind him. Thinking it strange, I looked inside the apartment. Okay, knowing this guy, given the fact that this guy has very bad luck, I would not be surprised if he went to close the door, and even though the door might have been locked, it failed to latch, therefore it was left open. Either that or he just didn't close it, period, because he forgot. Think it's strange. I looked inside the apartment. Then I saw her lying there, a woman, not moving, dead. I quailed in fright and found myself unable to go inside. I thought to call the police immediately. However, the phone in her apartment wasn't working. I went to a nearby park and found a public phone. Already there's some holes. I remember the time exactly. It was what... Hold on a moment. Where is it? The cause of death was in the afternoon, much later than what he says. So already he's... we got him nicked for that. I remember the time exactly. It was 1 p.m. The man who ran was, without a doubt, the defendant sitting right over there. Larry, why didn't you tell the truth? I can't defend you against a testimony like that. Incidentally, why wasn't the phone in the victim's apartment working? Your Honor, at the time of the murder, there was a blackout in the building. Aren't the phones supposed to work during a blackout? Yes, Your Honor. However, some cordless phones do not function normally. The phone that Mr. Sawit used was one of those. Your Honor, I have a record of the blackout for your perusal. Blackout record added to the court record. Electricity in Miss Stone's building was out from noon to 6 p.m. on the day of the crime. But again, the critical point... He said that he came across her dead body at 1 p.m. in the afternoon, but the cause of death, but the autopsy says she was dead during the 4 o'clock hour, somewhere in that range. She died during the 4 o'clock hour. Now, Mr. Wright. Yes? Yes, Your Honor? You may begin your cross-examination. Cross-examination, Your Honor? All right, Wright. This is it. The real deal. What exactly am I supposed to do? Why? You exposed the lies in the testimony the witness just gave. Lies? What? He was lying? Your client is innocent, right? Then that witness must have lied in his testimony. Or is it your client really guilty? How do I prove he's not? You hold the key. It's in the evidence. Yeah, I already spotted it out before this. Compare the witness's testimony to the evidence at hand. There's bound to be contradiction in there. First, find contradictions between the court record and the witness's testimony. Then, once you've found the contradicting evidence, present it and rub it in the witness's face. Okay. Open the court record with tab, then point out the contradictions in the testimony. Cross-examination. Witness's account. I was going to doors selling subscriptions when I saw a man fleeing an apartment. Okay, Okay, I'm a little confused as to, like, press what? Like, press the witness on it? Or what? Okay, was that... I thought he must be in a hurry because he left the door half open behind him, okay? Thinking it strange, I looked inside the apartment, then I saw her lying there, a woman not moving, dead. I quailed in fright and found myself unable to go inside. The game will let you know if anything is... Well, oh, that's an old... Sorry. Pressing is not needed in this case, but it will be used later on, okay? I thought to call the police immediately. However, the phone in her apartment wasn't working. I went to a nearby park and found a public phone. I remember the time exactly. It was 1 p.m. Okay. Okay. 1 p.m. Okay, really? Then why... You found the body at 1 p.m. You sure? Yes, it was 1 p.m. for certain. Frankly, I find that hard to believe. Your statement directly contradicts the autopsy report. The autopsy notes the time of death at some time after 4 p.m. There was no body to find at 1 p.m. How do you explain this 3-hour gap? This is trivial. The witness merely forgot the time. Did he now? After his testimony, I find that hard to believe. Mr. Sawit, why were you so certain that you found the body at 1 p.m.? Gee, that's really a good question. Yeah, no shit. You got pegged, sir. Great job, Wright. Way to put him on the spot. That's all you have to do. Point out contradictions. Lies always beget more lies. See through the one, and their whole story falls apart. Wait, I remember now. Would you care to give your testimony again? Witness testimony. Time of discovery. Alright, so this is just listening to wait and see here. You see, when I found the body, I heard the time. There was a voice saying the time. It was probably coming from the television. Oh, but it was 3 hours off, wasn't it? I guess the victim must have been watching a video of a taped program. That's why I thought it was 1 p.m. Uh-huh. Terribly sorry about the misunderstanding. I see. You heard a voice saying the time on the taped program. Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. Right. You know what to do. I've got this one. Cross-examination. Time of discovery. Okay. You see, when I found the body, I heard the time. There was a voice saying the time. It was probably coming from the television. Wait a minute! Hold on! Yeah, I present that. How could the television be saying anything if the power was out? Objection. Hold it right there. The prosecution has said there was a blackout at the time of the discovery. And this record proves it. You couldn't have heard a television or a video. Yeah! The defense has a point. Do you have an explanation for this, Mr. Sawit? No, I find it quite puzzling myself. Quite! Wait, I remember now. Oh, brother. Mr. Sawit, the court would prefer to hear an accurate testimony from the beginning. These constant corrections are harming your credibility. That, and you seem rather distraught. My apologies, Your Honor. It must have been the shock of finding the body. Very well, Mr. Sawit. Let's hear your testimony once more, please. Okay, hearing the time. Actually, I didn't hear the time. I saw... There was a table clock in the apartment. Wasn't there? Yeah, the murder weapon. The killer used it to hit the victim. For Christ's sake. Okay, do I not... Oh, this is the testimony. I can't contradict yet. Yes, his name is Sawit. Aha! That must have been what I saw. You saw a clock. I guess that would explain it. The defense may cross-examine the witness. Gladly. Actually, I didn't hear the time. I saw it. There was a table clock in the apartment, wasn't there? Yeah, the murder weapon. The killer used it to hit the weapon. No. You literally just forgot that there is this? Objection, Your Honor. Wait just a moment. The murder weapon wasn't a clock. It was this statue. Now, how is this supposed to be a clock? What? You with your objections and your evidence. Just who do you think you are? Just answer the question, Mr. Sawit. Hey, I saw it there, okay? That's a clock. Your Honor, if I may... Yes, Mr. Payne. As the witness stated, the statue is indeed a clock. The neck is a switch. You just tilt it and it says the time out loud. And it doesn't look like a clock. I submitted it as a statue. My apologies. I see. Oh, great. Yeah, almost everyone has a punny name. How puntastic. So, the murder weapon was a table clock after all. Well, Mr. Wright, it appears that the witness's testimony was correct. This is a clock. Do you have any problems with this testimony now? Electricity, Mr. Stonebill account. Well, on one hand, saying no in this case would imply it's like, no, there's the correct, but I still have a problem. How would he know that the... Yeah, exactly. How does he know it's a clock just by looking at it? Yes. Your Honor, there is a gaping hole in the witness's testimony. The only way he could have known the weapon was a clock is to hold it in his hand. Yet the witness testified that he never entered the apartment. Clearly a contradiction. Indeed. The witness knew it was a clock because he was in the apartment. You're lying. You were inside the apartment on the day of the murder. Oh yeah? Prove it. Prove I went in there. I'll do better than that. I can prove you were the one who killed her. You struck her with the clock, and the shock of the blow triggered the clock's voice. That was the sound you heard. Order in the court! Intriguing. Please continue, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. Oh yeah, and there wouldn't have been fingerprints because he was wearing gloves. Mr. Sawit, the sound must have left quite the impression on you. Understandable, since the murder weapon spoke just as you hit the victim. That voice was burnt into your mind. That's why you were so certain about the time. What's the meaning of this? This is all baseless conjecture. Baseless? Just look at the witness's face. Would the witness care to elaborate? Did you strike the victim with the clock? That day, I never... Look, the clock, I heard... No, I mean, I saw... What the fuck, man? Throw the toupee? Shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up! I hate you! It was him, I tell you! I saw him! He killed her and he should burn! Burn! Give him death! Order in the court, I say! Your Honor, a moment, please. There isn't a shred of evidence supporting the defense's claims. Mr. Wright. Your Honor, you claim the sound the witness heard came from the clock. Do you have any evidence? The whole case is riding on this. I'd better think it through carefully. Your Honor, that sound Mr. Sawyer heard was definitely this clock. A fact which is clear if you simply try sounding the clock. That's what I think. Let's sound the clock now here, in this court. Your Honor, may I have the clock? I ask the court to listen very carefully. I think it's 8:25. That certainly is a strange way to announce time. Well, he is the thinker, after all. So, we heard the clock. What are your conclusions, Mr. Wright? Mr. Payne, can you tell me what time it is now? It's 11:25. Ack! As you can see, this clock is exactly 3 hours slow. Precisely the discrepancy between what Mr. Sawat heard and the actual time of death. So, Mr. Sawat, try to talk your way out of this one. Ha! You forgot one thing! Uh-oh, what is he talking about now? While it may seem like that the clock is running 3 hours slow, it proves nothing! How do you know it was running 3 hours slow on the day of the murder? If you can't prove that, you don't have a case! He's right. How am I going to prove that? Damn it! I was so close! Mr. Wright, it seems you lack the critical evidence to support your claim. Huh? Yes, Your Honor. This means I cannot let you indict the witness. Unfortunately, this ends the cross-examination of Mr. Frank Sawat. I come all the way down here to testify, and look what happens! You treat me like a criminal! A criminal! You lawyers are all swine! Ugh, I almost had him. Sorry, Larry. I failed you. There's nothing I can do about it now. Not so fast, Mr. Sawat. Mia, I mean, Chief? Listen up, Wright. Don't throw this one away. Not like this. Think! But, Chief, it's over. I can't prove the clock was slow the day of the murder. Nobody can prove that. Well, yes. But that doesn't mean you can't still win. Try thinking out of the box. Don't waste time doubting the facts. Assume the clock was 3 hours slow and think through it. Ask yourself, why was the clock 3 hours slow? Figure out the reason and you'll have your proof. Right? Can you think of a reason as to why the clock would be 3 hours slow? Yeah, there's quite a few things coming through my mind, yes. Wait, maybe I could prove it. You must have evidence somewhere that can prove it, right? Okay, death was during the 4 o'clock hour. Statute figure, heavy. Wait, out from noon to 6 on the day of the crime. Wait a minute. But then again, the clock was battery powered, right? So that wouldn't work. Think on what we just did for daylight savings. Set the clock back. But what evidence would I use to do that? Find it and let them have it. Well, Mr. Wright, you say the clock was already running slow on the day of murder. Have you found the evidence to support this claim? Of course. There is a piece of evidence in the court record that can prove my claim beyond a doubt. Ha! Tough words! Let's see you pull this one off! Let's see this evidence that proves why the clock was running slow. Not that. And how time zones work, yeah. Wait, is it really gonna come down to the passport? Electricity to Mrs. Stone's building was out. That was already used. Cindy took the clock with her to Paris. Would the clock be correct then? No! If the clock was Wait, it was in My god, how much of a time lag would there have to be between Paris and apparently Japan, wherever this story is? Victim was apparently arrived home from Paris on the day of the murder, so if she may have been in a rush or something, the clock would not, she wouldn't have had time to change the clock, or she completely forgot about it. The victim had just returned home from abroad the day before the murder. As we all know, the time difference between here and Paris is 9 hours. When it's 4 p.m. here, it's 1 a.m. the next day there. The clock wasn't 3 hours slow, it was 9 hours fast! The victim hadn't reset her clock since returning home. That's why the time you heard when you struck her dead in the apartment was wrong. Proof enough for you, Mr. Saw It? Or should I say, Mr. Did It? Oh my god, he's dead! Order! Order, I say! Okay, so I had it differently. Well, this case certainly has turned out differently than we all expect. Mr. Payne, your witness? He was arrested and has been taken away, Your Honor. Very well. Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor? I have to say, I'm impressed. I don't think I've ever seen someone complete a defense so quickly, and find the true culprit at the same time. Thank you, Your Honor. At this point, this only a formality, but this court finds the defendant, Mr. Larry Butts, not guilty. Complete with confetti. Kind of game where you really gotta think it through. And with that, this court is adjourned. Turns out that Frank Sowett was a common burglar. He posed as a newspaper salesman to check and see when people went out of the house. That day, when Larry went to her apartment, the victim wasn't home. After he left, Mr. Sowett let himself in to do his dirty work. While he was searching her place, the victim returned. Flustered, Mr. Sowett grabbed the nearest blunt object he could find. August 3rd, 2:32 p.m., District Court. Defendant Lobby Number 2. Whew, I still can't believe we won. Right! Good job in there. Congratulations. Thanks, Chief. I owe it all to you. Not at all. Not at all. You fought your own battles in there. It's been a while since I've seen a trial end on such a satisfying note. I've never seen the Chief look this happy. If she's this glad, imagine how Larry must feel. My life is over. Oh, here we go again. Larry, you're supposed to be happy. What's wrong now? Nick. Don't worry about me. I'll be dead and gone soon. Good. Wait, no! I mean, bad, 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 bad! Larry, you're innocent. The case is closed. But my Cindy Windy's gone, man. Gone forever. Larry, she was a... Never mind. Congratulations, Harry. Harry? Yes, you. I can practically see the headlines now. Harry Butts in it. Isn't it Larry? Thanks. I really owe you one. I won't forget this, ever. Let's celebrate. Dinner? Movie? My treat. Oh, no. I couldn't. Hey, I was the one who got you off the hook. Why is she getting the dinner? God damn it, Larry. Oh, hey. Here, take this. It's a present. A present for me? Wait, wasn't this evidence that... Actually, I made this clock for her. I made one for her and one for me. Really? You? You made this? Well, thank you. I'll keep it as a memento. Yo, Nick. Can you believe it? I was so into that chick, and she was just playing me for a fool. Don't that make you want to cry? Larry... Are you so sure? Excuse me? I think she thought quite a lot of you in her own way. Nah, you don't gotta sympathize with me, it's okay? Oh, I'm not sympathizing. No, really, isn't that right? Don't you have something to show your friend? Something that proves how she felt about him? Huh? Oh, yeah, right. What the heck is she talking about? No, no. 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 What would remind her of Larry? The fact that she still kept the clock, I guess. Check this out, Larry. Proof positive you weren't just some chump to her. Huh? What about that clock? This is the clock you made for her, Larry, and she took it with her when she traveled. Whatever, she probably just needed a clock, that's all. You think so? It's a pretty heavy clock to take traveling. Well, make of it what you will. Hey, Nick, I'm glad I asked you to be my lawyer. Really, I am. Thanks. Hope that made him feel a little better. Right? I hope you see the importance of evidence now. Also, hopefully you realize things change depending on how you look at them. People, too. We never really know if our clients are guilty or innocent. All we can do is believe in them. And in order to believe in them, you have to believe in yourself. Right? Listen, learn, grow strong. Never let go of what you believe in. Never. Well, I think our work here is done. Shall we be off? Yeah, I guess so. Say, how about dinner? On me. We'll drink a toast to innocent butts. Okay, that's a little dirty to put when you put it on that. Yeah. Oh, speaking of Harry, you were saying part of why you became a lawyer was because of him. Yeah, part at least. You'll have to tell me more about it sometime. Maybe over drinks? Oh, and so my first trial came to a close. Larry slapped me on the back and said, "Gee, Nick, it's good to have friends." But I'm pretty sure he's not going to pay us, unless you count the clock he gave me, I didn't know then. But that clock was soon going to be at the center of another incident. Oh no, not again, Larry, god damn it. And my promise to tell the chief about me and Larry would be one promise that I wouldn't be able to keep. The end. Well, that's it, everyone. Let's find someone. I'm kidding. There's more to this. A brand new episode has been added. First Turnabout. Clear episode 1. Turnabout Sisters. Save your progress up to this point? Yes. Bring. Brrr, beep. Hello, this is Maya. Oh yeah, you can save the game at any point too. Good to know. Hey, Maya, it's me. Mia, what's up? You haven't called in a while. Sorry, I've been so busy. How have you been? Well, lonely, and it's all your fault. Nah, I'm just teasing. I've been great. I'm finally getting used to having my own place. That's good to hear. Actually, I'm calling because I have a favor to ask. I know. You want me to hold evidence for you. Excuse me? Sharp as always. There's a lot of buzz around the upcoming trial. I just don't feel safe keeping the evidence here. I got you, so what's it this time? It's a clock. A clock? Yeah, it's made to look like the statue, the thinker, and it tells you the time. I thought you might like it. You always like toys. Hey, I'm not a little girl anymore, sis. Now, you know, I'm only teasing. Ah, I should probably tell you, the clock isn't talking right now. Huh? It's not working? That's lame. I had to take the clockwork out. Sorry. I put some papers inside it instead. Papers? Is that the evidence then? Well, there's a possibility that it might turn out that way, yes. Remember, it's a parody of the Japanese and American legal system, so a lot of liberties are taken for the sake of funny and cool. I see. Can you come by the office tonight, say 9 o'clock, to pick it up? I'll be in a pre-trial meeting until then. Okay, sis, but I expect dinner, something good. Like burgers. I could really go for a good burger. You and me both, sister. Okay. We'll hit the usual joint. Alright, it's a deal. Okay, sis. See you soon. Yep, I'll be waiting, Maya. Conversation recorded September 5th, 9:27 a.m. Uh-oh. September 5th, 8:57 p.m. Fay and Company Law Offices. Now, Miss Fay, I'll take what's mine, the papers. I'm sorry, but I can't give you what I don't have. Miss Fay, you are a poor liar. Why, I see it right over there. That must be the thinker that swallowed those papers. How could you know? You're not cogniferous of my background? Gathering information is my business, you see. I should have been more careful. My dear Miss Fay, I am so very sorry, but I'm afraid I must ask you for one more thing. Your eternal silence. Farewell, Miss Fay. Red, white, blue. September 5th, 9:08 p.m. Faygo Law Offices. Uh-oh, I'm late. Huh? That's strange. Guess the chief left without me. She said her sister was coming over, so we all go out for dinner. What's that smell? Blood? Mia! Maybe she's in her office. It's just simply eat that. Ugh. Okay. That smell. Blood. Sis. Someone's there. Chief? Chief? Chief! Who are you? Strange girl dropped out cold. I left her lying on the office sofa. I went back to the chief where she lay under the window. Her body was still warm. I could feel when I held her shoulder. Then, all too quickly, it began to fade, until finally she was cold. Chief. It's encrusted with dry blood. How ironic that this became the murder weapon. Again. Chief, it's hard seeing her like this. If there are any clues here, she was struck on the head with a blunt object. She probably died instantly. The thinker lying next to her must have been the murder weapon. Must be pieces of glass lying broken in the back of the room. A piece of paper. It must have fallen from Mia's hand. What could it be? Oh! A word is written in blood on this scrap of paper. Maya? Did Mia write this? This piece of paper is a receipt from a department store dated yesterday. I think that's enough snooping around for now. I better call the police and find out what this girl was doing here. Simple function. Gatewater Hotel. All right. Oh, that girl just now. Where'd she go? I put her right there on that sofa. Oh, I hope she didn't run on me. Yipes! Don't scare me like that. Excuse me, but who are you? It's okay, I work here. Maya. Maya Fay. Maya Fay? Maya? So Mia was writing this girl's name. Maybe I should show her the receipt. I never thought there'd be a use for evidence like this outside the courtroom. What happened? She seems to be in shock. I don't want to disturb her, but I have to know. Excuse me. Can you tell me what happened? I came in. The room was dark. And Sis... So she was already dead. You're the Chief's sister. I'm her younger sister. And you were here, visiting, this late at night? Yes, she said she wanted me to keep some evidence for her. Evidence? Yes. It was that clock. It was the thinker. Couldn't cram more legal books here even if you wanted to. Fuse gaze upon the shelves without feeling insignificant. I guess you could call this modern art. I, on the other hand, call it a mistake. Alright, doesn't look like there's anything else to note. Before Mia died, she wrote a message with her own blood. She wrote it on the back of this receipt. That's my name! Why? Why would she write my name? Please, just calm down. Why would Sis write my name? Uh-oh. Now I've done it. I better hurry up and call the police. Everything's written. Just making sure there isn't anything out of place here. Never good with machines. All she used this PC was for email. She picked up this ancient model at some garage sale for practically nothing. Yeah, complete with CRT monitor. Right, I better call the police. That's funny. A few of the screws on the receiver are missing. It looks like someone was halfway through taking it apart. Police? Please, come quick! What was that? Someone screaming from outside the window? Oh, she's staring right at me. She's holding a phone in her hand. Police! Sounds like they're coming this way. Freeze! Police! Alright, I'm Detective Dick Gumshoe. Oh my god. Quite the name. Yeah, I already know the puns. Gumshoe? What an odd name. We received a report from the building across the way, see? Had a person saying they saw a murder. It must have been that woman I saw. Anyway, I don't want either of you moving 1 inch, okay? Great, just great. Maya, wait, she wouldn't have... Ah. Whoa! Excuse me! The word Maya here mean anything to you? That's my name. What? The victim drew this here in her own blood, see? With her dying breath, she wrote down the killer's name. Killer? I'm not... Case closed, you're coming down to the precinct, ma'am. What? What a dick. Dick! Yeah. Mia's younger sister, Maya, was arrested on the spot. I was taken in for questioning and didn't get out until the next morning. My eyes were heavy, but I couldn't sleep. I sat around waiting for visiting hours to begin at the detention center. I had to talk to Maya as soon as possible. September 6th, 9:07 a.m. Detention center, visitor's room. You thought Larry had terrible luck? Welcome to Maya's world. Oh boy. While they have poor Maya locked up like a criminal. Oh, it's you, the lawyer. Good morning. Good morning. She looks so tired. Are you going to be my attorney? Well, that's what I wanted to talk to you about. Of course I will. First things first, I better get her cheered up. Yeah, of course I will. Cheer up. really? Whoa, did I say the wrong thing? She looks sadder now. What's wrong? You don't think I can do it? No, no one could. Who would believe me? Even you, when you found me in the office. You looked at me like I had done it. Did I look at her like that? No, I never thought. It's okay, I understand. And I've also heard about you. Heard? Heard about me? What about me? I was talking to my sister on the phone the other day. Today was my junior partner's first time in court. Wow, really? How'd that go? It was quite the scene. Honestly, I was on the edge the whole time. It's been a while. Ha, so he crashed and burned? He's a genius. One of those strike fear into the hearts of evil types. The only thing he's lacking is experience. Huh, sounds like it was fun. Well, I know who to go to if I ever get in trouble now. I don't know, Maya. I think you might want to wait. Give him 3 more years. That is, unless you want to be found guilty. That's what she said. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to insult you. No, it's okay. It's true, I guess. But at the same time, I can't just sit by and watch. When I think of the person who did this to Mia... I know. Smile for the camera. Scar monitors the visitor. He hasn't moved an inch. A real pro, this guy. There's something I've been wanting to ask you. Yes? What's with that outfit? Oh, this? This is what all acolytes wear. It's my uniform, you could say. Probably an acolyte at a local shrine. Acolytes? Like people in religious training? What's it to you? Oh, it's nothing strange, really. I'm a spirit medium. In training. A spirit medium? Pretty sure that qualifies as strange. I've become a medium! Really, I would have guessed an extra large. Dave, could you tell me about the day of the murder? Yes. Let's see. That morning, I got a call from my sister. She wanted me to hold on to a piece of evidence for an upcoming trial. Evidence? Yes, that clock shaped like the Thinker. The one Larry made. How could that have been evidence in the case? Right. She said something about that. I remember. Do you want to hear it in her own voice? Her own voice? Yes. I'm pretty sure our conversation is on my cell phone. You recorded it? Yeah. I forgot how to delete those things. So you say you have a conversation with your sister on your cell phone? Let's hear it. Right. Oh, I just remembered that detective took my cell phone. Sorry. Oh, right. Of course. Next time I see Detective Gumshoe, I'll ask him for it. I'll write you a note so you don't forget, okay? Sure. Thanks. Sorry. I know, it must be hard. No, it's okay. All I've been doing in the last few hours is talking about it. I've kind of gotten used to it. Let's see. As a serial murderer right now. Ugh. WAP. What do you mean, WAP? So, then, when do you arrive at the office? It was around 9. The lights were off and I could smell blood. Then I found her, my sister. Thanks, Maya. That's all I need to hear for now. So you're an acolyte, medium in training. You made fun of her being a medium. I'm sorry, I saw some of the parody clips on YouTube pertaining to this series well before I got into this, so forgive me if those pop into my head. That's right. The Fae family, especially the women, have always been very sensitive to the spirit world. Wait a second, you said the Fae family? So Mia was into this stuff too? Of course. She left the mountain to follow her career, she said. Her powers were first class, too. I had no idea. Wait. What? So you're a real honest-to-goodness spirit medium with ESP and all that? Yes. In training. Well, can't you contact Maya's spirit then? We can ask her who killed her. Oink! I'm sorry. I'm still in training. I couldn't do something on that level. Plus, would that even... Shut up, Padru! Plus, not to mention, I don't think contacting spirits would be admissible evidence. thought that would be too easy. Huh? Something the matter? I was wondering, could I ask you a favor? This is the address of a famous lawyer. My sister gave me this a long time ago. She said if I was ever in trouble, I should call him. And, well, I'm in trouble. You think you could go ask him to represent me? You do realize what you are playing, right? This is where the logic side of my brain takes over. Okay, let me just... Oh yeah, you could save here. Boy, what do I do? I would like to take up this case, but I don't know why. I have a sneaky suspicion that the lawyer that's recommended might be the same person who killed Mia. I can't in good conscience say that. I'm sorry. I think this is the kind of thing you should really do yourself. You're right. Something wrong? Actually, I asked the police to contact him, and they tried calling a few times. Nobody could get a hold of him. They couldn't find him? I have no one left to ask. Say, what about your parents? Okay, don't worry. I'll go ask him for you. You will? Thank you so much. I'm just worried what will happen if I can't find him. They told me that if I don't find one, the state will pick an attorney to defend me. When will that happen? They're giving me until 4 this afternoon. And visiting hours are almost up. I better hurry. Right, I'll be back. So apparently this is September 6th, Grossberg Law Offices. According to the receptionist, the big boss is out. She couldn't say when he'd be back. It must be hard to keep track of everything when you're a famous lawyer. Not to mention run an office like this. I guess I'll just have to come back later. That painting has been bugging me ever since I stepped in here. The oil paint is so thick it's practically giving me a stuffed nose. I'm sure the price is nothing to sneeze at either, for that matter. Expensive potted plant. No idea what kind of plant it is, but probably the most expensive one available. A table for clients. An elegant ebony case, and if I'm not mistaken, that lighter's made of solid gold. Oh boy, this kind of person. Even I could tell someone he's got money to burn. Literally, I wouldn't be surprised if he actually lights his cigars with $100 bills. A solid mahogany desk. The wood's been polished to a deep luster. Expensive-looking mahogany bookshelves filled with expensive-looking books. Funny, they don't look like they've ever been read. Just for show. A show lawyer, probably. The office is filled with police officers. They're all busily searching for clues. Hey, you there! This is a crime scene, pal. No trespassing. Sorry, I don't know. You're from somewhere. Wait, you're that Butts guy, aren't you? No. Phoenix Wright. How can anyone mistake me for Larry? Dick! Ah, I guess I got the wrong name, Mr. Wright. Sorry about that. Butts guy, he was a killer. And you're no killer, right? He was proven innocent, you dick! Right. And you were Detective Gumshoe? Gumshoe, wasn't it? Dick Gumshoe? Right, at your service. Hang on, that's Detective Gumshoe to you, pal. Anyway, get the name right. And don't call me Dick. Hey, Dick, get over here! Yes, sir, must be the chief of police. But be right there. Oh, brother. You're her lawyer, right, pal? If you got business here, you better do it quick. Whew, he thinks I'm his lawyer. My favorite. I had a bizarre name no one could ever remember. Cordeline Stricka, pal. Who was that? Sky's blue across the way. Old movie poster. Apparently this is the first movie that made Mia cry when she saw it. I'll have to check it out one of these days. There's a horrendous amount of legal books here. Scarier still is that Maya probably read all of these. She became a human legal dictionary. About Miss Fey. Did you do an autopsy? Hmm? You want to know the results, eh? Now, don't you look at me like that, pal. It's no use. She might have been your boss, but that doesn't mean you get any special treatment. Alright. You can see the report, but that's all. Time of death. 9/5 at 9. September 5th, 9 o'clock. Single blunt force trauma. Death was instantaneous. About Maya. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the trial. Sorry, pal, but this is one trial you aren't going to win. Why do you say that? The city's put Prosecutor Edgeworth on Oh, no. Edgeworth. I'm sure you know what that means, you being a lawyer and all. Prosecutor Edgeworth. That's right, pal. Mr. Miles Edgeworth himself. Wait. You do know him, don't you? Do I want to answer this honestly, going into this beforehand, or... Of course not. I'm just gonna put the pre-notions out of mind and say I don't know him that well. Never heard of him. Whoa, and you call yourself a lawyer, pal? About 4 years ago, this Edgeworth guy became a prosecutor at the age of 20. Everyone says he's a genius. Surprised you don't know of him. Of course I know him. I was just playing dumb. He's cold, heartless machine who will do anything to get a guilty verdict. There are rumors of back-alley deals and forged evidence. All I know for sure is that Edgeworth hates crime with an almost abnormal passion. I never imagined I'd be facing him so soon. Ah, you didn't read the other names. Oh. Oh, profiles. Mia Fey, Maya Fey, Dick Gumshoe, Miles Edgeworth. Definitely a cold look in that. Doesn't look like there's really much to look at here. And I doubt I would want to present anything to this dunce. No, I meant when you had to guess Dick's name, they had suede shoes and Gumtree. Yeah, I saw those. I'm like, really? Hey, what is it? Did you meet the lawyer? Sorry, I haven't seen him yet. I see. I better go see if I can find this elite lawyer she's talking about. Alright, try seeing him again. Nope. Oh, wait. There is something I could present to this guy. No. Show the note about the phone. Oh. Oh, yeah, right. 8. I was wondering, did you see Maya Fey's cell phone record? Oh, that? I had that. Do you think you could give it back? Sure, I mean... Oh, wait a second, pal! Tricky lawyer! Uh-oh, he's on to me. Tell it to him straight. If I tell him why I want it, there's no way he'll give it to me. Something the matter? Oh, no, it's just, you know, detective. Nope, I know nothing, pal. Exactly. That cell phone has a lot of numbers on it. Like her boyfriend's. A cell phone holds all the little girl's sweetest and spiciest secrets. You trying to confuse me? Sorry, pal. I already checked all the numbers in memory. Impressive. You're quite the detective. Uh-huh. Oh, here, you can have the phone back. There weren't any suspicious calls in there, after all. Seems he didn't notice the recorded conversation. Check the court record to hear the recorded conversation. I guess I've asked all the questions I need to. You all done, pal? Yes, thank you. I'll be heading out now. Oh, wait. One more thing I wanted to mention to you. I don't suppose you're planning on talking to that witness. Anyway, you better not. No influencing the witness with your lawyerly ways, pal. Come to think of it, I had completely forgotten about her. The witness? Yeah, Miss April May. I'm sorry about this, but I can't tell you anything about her. Well, you just told me her name, Miss May, huh? So you've sent her home already, then? Aha! You're trying to loyally tricks on me now? She's not going outside her room until the trial, so she's still in the hotel across the way. I guess I should know better than to try and get a detective to leak information. You got that right, pal. Time to pay a visit to Miss May. September 6th, Gatewater Hotel, room 303. Well, hello there, handsome. Hi, smooth, right? Real smooth. You're the lawyer, aren't you? The detective told me. He said don't say nothing to that lawyer, pal. Memo to self, thank Detective Gumshoe for making my job harder. Gee, this is all like something out of a movie. It's all so exciting, I can hardly contain myself. Ooh, let me go freshen up so I can look the part of the beautiful eyewitness. I pity the lawyer that has to cross-examine this one. Well, guess what, Phoenix? Chances are it's gonna be us. I'm sorry? There's a screwdriver stuck in this drawer. I wonder what's inside. Let's take a look. Hey! What are you doing? No touching! Oh, bad boy! You really shouldn't pry around in other people's rooms now. You wouldn't want to make me upset, would you? Upset? I thought she was just going to explode for a second there. I wonder what she could be hiding inside. What could be in the drawer? Could you just... Who exactly are you? Oh, Mr. Lawyer, aren't you hitting on me? No, hey, I'm just doing my job here. Teehee, you know, you're cute when you blush. Believe me, this is the first time in my life I've blushed this much. Right. Can you just tell me what it is that you do? Well, no, Teehee, and you had your little hopes up, didn't you? Oh, boy. I see there are 2 glasses on the table. Someone staying here with you? Oh, what amazing powers of observation. You must be one of those famous detectives like on television. Oh, no, not me. I'm, just a lawyer. Say, Mr. Big Detective, why don't you go look for clues? In the garbage? Miss May doesn't like nosy little lawyers. Oh, boy. Do you think you could tell me something? I need you to describe what you observed at the time of the incident. Oh, observed. Incident. You sound just like a lawyer in the movies. I'm like a man with a big... vocabulary. Better not encourage her. You know that thing that happened the other day, the bad thing? What did you see when it happened? I don't suppose you could tell me about it. Pretty please? Let's see, well, dream on. If you want to know, you'll just have to come to court tomorrow, Mr. Lawyer. Oh, boy. Still scene painting. Wait, should that be still life? Whatever, one of those is hanging on the wall. Flowers are fake, as expected. I know sunflowers and tulips, but that's about the extent of my floral knowledge. The late summer sunlight streams through the window. There's the Fay & Company Law Office building, of course. You can see the inside of the room pretty clearly from here. I think it would be a little difficult to recognize the face from this distance, though. Simple bed. It's been recently made, nothing eye-catching here. I don't think there would be anything I would want to present to her. Seems like Grossberg is still out. Well, maybe I should just wait for him to come back. Ahem! That wasn't the most over-the-top clearing of the throat I've ever heard. Oh. Aha! So you're the one they say has been looking for me? Yeah, that's me. He looks even grander than I imagined. That badge on your collar. Ah! So you're a lawyer, are you now? Yes, well, yes. And what do you want? I'm not particularly busy these days. Please, proceed. Not busy? Then how come no one would get in touch with you? Something the matter. You came to see the one and only Marvin Grossberg, did you not? Well, here I am, boy. What do you want? Out with it. Well, sir, actually, it's about Maya Fey. Yes, Maya Fey. Go on. Hmm? Why the strange reaction? Cha-cha. I'm really quite busy here, son. I can't go talking cases on a day's notice. No. Taking cases on a day's notice. No, it's quite impossible. Wait a second. How did you know the trial was tomorrow? Anyway, I'm afraid it's entirely impossible for me to represent her. Sorry, end of discussion. Yeah, like that's not... What's going on? He refused me before I even got a chance to ask him. What do I tell Maya? How can you just refuse like that? Please tell me why you won't take the case. Well, you see, it's just, I'm busy, you see? But the client is Mia Fey's sister. Mia trusted you. She knew her sister would be in good hands. Yes, of course, I know that. However, I'm sorry, but I must refuse. Sorry, goodbye. Creep. Fine. I don't have time to argue with you anyway. I'll look elsewhere. I think not. Huh? Did you say something? I think not, I said. What do you mean? I'm terribly, terribly sorry. But I'm afraid that no lawyer worth of salt would take on this particular case. Terribly sorry, my boy. Why? I cannot say. I beg your pardon, but could you leave now? I've nothing more to discuss with you. What's going on here? That's quite a painting. Aha, you noticed. So much for not having anything else to discuss. It's my pride and joy. Impressive, isn't it? Well, isn't it? The color of the sky, the hue of the sea, the weave of the straw hat. It's worth at least 3 million. I have no intention of parting with it, of course. No, I won't sell it, not even to you. I wasn't interested. It's not for sale. I'm not buying. Jeez! How'd you know Mia Fey? She worked here a long time ago. Quite the apprentice, that one. Learned my techniques in the blink of an eye. She left one day quite suddenly. She had a mission, you see. Mission? You could see it in her eyes. She followed it with a burning passion. Never looked back, that one. Yeah, I figured there's nothing else left to look at here. No. September 6th, 3:42 p.m. Detention Center. Visitor's room. Hi. Oh, you're back. Did you find the lawyer? Well, what do I tell her? Well, see, just be honest. I really don't think you should use that guy. He didn't seem healthy. He was all skin and bones. What really happened? You don't mean he refused to help? I see. I've been abandoned then. What about your family? I only had my sister. My father died when I was very young, and I don't know where my mother is. Don't know? So, she could still be alive? The women in my family have been mediums for generations. They say a lot of spiritual power runs in our blood. About 15 years ago, our family was involved in an incident. There was a man and he ruined our mother's life.
Ruined?
After that, she disappeared. Several years after that, my sister announced she would become a lawyer and she left the mountain.
So, you live by yourself?
Yes, I've gotten used to it. Oh, also, I had to become independent, or I would lose my powers.
I feel bad for her. All by herself on that mountain. So, who was this man who, ruined your mother?
About 15 years ago, there was an unusual murder case. It made quite a stir. Everyone was talking about it, apparently. The police were running out of leads, and they were getting desperate.
Wait, they didn't use a spirit medium, did they?
The police convinced my mother to try and contact the victim.
Wow, so what happened?
The case was solved. We thought.
You thought?
The man my mother helped the police capture was innocent. The police consultation was with a medium had all been carried out in secret, of course. But a man found out about it and leaked it to the press. He told all the papers that my mother was a fraud, and the media jumped on it big time. My mother, became the laughingstock of the nation.
I see.
White.
Excuse me? White?
That was his name, my sister told me.
White?
Just a little longer now before the state-appointed lawyer comes, I guess.
4 p.m. Time's up. What should I do? Do I just leave and go home? I've made up my mind. I'm going to defend you whether you want me to or not.
Why?
Why? Well... No one is a saddest person without any friends. I know. I've been there a long time ago. Why did I become a lawyer in the first place? Because someone has to look out for the people who have no one on their side. Maya, I won't abandon you. You can count on me.
That's so kind of you.
Well, let's fight this one and get you out of here.
Right. Thank you.
She smiled at last. She looks like an entirely different person. One last question. You are innocent, right?
Yes, and I trust you. So you trust me too, okay?
It's a deal. So, what next? There's something that's been bugging me. Just what was inside that strange woman's drawer? It was when I tried to look into the drawer that she got all defensive. There has to be something in there. Good afternoon, sir. Excuse me, you are? I beg your pardon, sir. I'm the bellboy at this establishment. At your service, sir. Oh, right. I've just come to deliver room service, sir. Do you know where Miss May might be? I believe our guest, Miss May, is currently using the, facilities? If you've no need of anything, I'll be taking my leave. Please, stay as long as you'd like. Enjoy. Yeah. Wait, no, hey! Why does it seem like every time I come up here, I end up embarrassing myself? Wait, now's my chance to snoop around a bit. Oh, I almost forgot. You came back quite quick. Might I ask you to inform Miss May that there is a message for her? Please tell her that Mr. White of Blue Corp phone. Oh, right, sure. Mr. White of Blue Corp? Where have I heard that name? Wait a minute. White.
That was his name. My sister told me.
White was the name of the guy who ruined Mia and Maya's mother. Could it be a coincidence? There's a screwdriver.
Wait a minute! The phone was being sabotaged at the lawyer's office. Could it be that whoever offed Mia was trying to plant a bug?
There's a screwdriver sticking out of the drawer half open. Now's my chance to see what's inside. Oh, what do we have here? A wiretap? What could a woman like her be doing with a thing like this? Wiretap added to the court record. There's definitely something suspicious about this Miss May. Why would she have something like this in her hotel room? There's a story behind this, I know it. Alright, I'll be using this bit of evidence in tomorrow's trial, that's for sure.
Without a search warrant? Again, video game logic, for Maya's sake.
I'll get to this woman's bottom.
Wait, I mean, you know what I mean! Do we, though? Oh, bellboy, still there?
Uh-oh, time to scram. I'll look forward to tangoing with you tomorrow, Miss May. In court! To be continued. September 7th, 10 a.m., District Court. Courtroom number 1. Order in the court. Will everyone please rise? Court is now in session for the trial of Miss Maya Fey. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Miles Edgeworth. I better not show any signs of weakness today, or he'll be on me in an instant. Mr. Edgeworth, please give the court your opening statement. Thank you, Your Honor. The defendant, Miss Maya Fey, was at the scene of the crime. The prosecution has evidence she committed this murder. And we have a witness who saw her do it. The prosecution sees no reason to doubt the facts of this case, Your Honor. I see. Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. Let's begin, then. If we may call our first witness, Your Honor. The prosecution calls the chief officer at the scene, Detective Gumshoe. Witness, please state your name and profession to the court. Sir, my name is Dick Gumshoe, sir. Snickers in the courtroom. I'm the detective in charge of homicides down at the precinct, sir. Detective Gumshoe, please describe for us the details of this murder. Very well, sir. Let me use this floor map of the office to explain. The body was found by this window here. And the cause of death? Loss of blood due to being struck by a blunt object, sir. The murder weapon was a statue of the Thinker, found next to the body, sir. It was heavy enough to be a deadly weapon, even in a girl's hands, sir. The court accepts this statue as evidence. They're still calling it a statue. Floor plans added to the court record. Now, detective. Yes, sir? You immediately arrested Miss Maya Fey, who was found at the scene, correct? Can you tell me why? Yes, sir. I had hard evidence she did it, sir. Detective Gumshoe, please testify to the court about this hard evidence. Witness testimony. As soon as the phone call came in, I rushed to the scene. There were 2 people there already. The defendant, Miss Maya Fey, and the lawyer, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I immediately arrested Miss Maya Fey. Why? We had a witness account describing her. The witness saw Miss Maya Fey at the very moment of the murder. The very moment, you say? Very well, Mr. Wright. You may begin your cross-examination. Yes, Your Honor. Cross-examine what? I couldn't see a single contradiction in that testimony. Whoosh! Smack! Hey, Maya just threw something at me. What's this? When my sister couldn't find any contradictions in a witness testimony, she would bluff it and press the witness on every detail. Oh, so this is where the press comes into play. The witness always slips up and says something wrong. It worked lots of times. I should have expected Maya would know some of her sister's tricks. Alright, let's give this a try. Something the matter? No, Your Honor. I'd like to begin my cross-examination. Maya Fey's arrest. As soon as the phone call came in, I rushed to the scene. Who did you say you got a call from? Hey, pal, don't play dumb. You know who. The call was from a customer at the Gatewater Hotel, right across from the scene of the crime. Okay, I pressed. Not sure it did much, though. Right, please continue. There were 2 people there already, the defendant, Miss Maya Fey, and the lawyer, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I immediately arrested Miss Maya Fey. Yeah, that's a given. Why? We had a witness account describing her. Hold on just 1 second. Yeah? If I heard correctly, you said you arrested her because you had hard evidence she did it, correct? Huh? Did I say that? Me? I heard you say it. You did say it. You did say it. Everyone said it! Exactly what about this suspicious woman in pink's claim was hard evidence? What? Miss May isn't suspicious, and she sure isn't pink, pal. Well, I guess she is pink. That's enough, Detective Gumshoe. Do you have any more solid proof other than her claims, Detective? Were you thinking with the second brain there, Gumshoe? Dick? I guess pressing can have its advantages. Yes. Sorry, I got the order of things mixed up in my testimony, Your Honor, sir. There was something I should have told you about first, Your Honor. Very well. Detective, let's hear your testimony again. Hard evidence. After securing the suspect, I examined the scene of the crime with my own eyes. I found a memo written on a piece of paper next to the victim's body. On it, the word Maya was written clearly in blood. Lab test results showed that the blood was the victim's. Also, there was blood found on the victim's finger. Before she died, the victim wrote the killer's name. I am not gonna do General Hospital assumptions on this one. How do you like that? That's my hard evidence. Before we begin cross-examination, I have a question for you, Detective. Your Honor? Why didn't you testify about this vital piece of evidence the first time? I know. I'm real embarrassed I forgot about it, Your Honor, sir. Try to be more careful. Very well. The defense may begin its cross-examination. After securing the suspect, I examined the scene of the crime with my own eyes. Oh boy. I found a memo written on a piece of paper next to the victim's body. Yep. On it, the word Maya was clearly written in blood. Oh, I'm allowed to go back and forth between the testimony. Okay. Yeah. I feel like I should press on this one. Detective Gumshoe, do you get a lot of cases where the victim actually writes the killer's name? Sure, it happens all the time in books and movies. This isn't a movie, detective. Oof. Let's talk about reality, shall we? I guess I haven't heard of many cases, no. Don't you find it a little odd that the victim would write down a name, especially the name of her own sister? Yeah, actually, you got a point, pal. Stop right there. The witness's opinion on the matter is irrelevant. The facts are clear. The victim wrote down the name of the accused. The victim told us the name of her killer. Order! Order! That didn't go so well. That's right! What he said! That's his whole testimony. Okay, there has to be a contradiction there. There's somewhere. Let's find it. Hold on, it's not a memo, it was a receipt. The evidence clearly reveals the contradiction in that statement, Your Honor. How exactly... They aren't. They're... Not at all. Mr. Wright, please think the facts over before making accusations. I don't think they'll want me any points with the judge. Shit. Word Maya was written in blood. That results showed that the blood was the victim's. On the word Maya, yeah. I feel like this glass plays a role in it, but how exactly, I don't know. Well, maybe if I... Let me press on this one. And did you find any evidence? Now, don't jump the gun at me, pal. Just listen, I'm getting to the good part. I got a bad feeling about this.
Oh my god, this is really bending my... throwing me in knots here. Hang on a moment. Okay, I figured out the contradiction. Hang on. Blood found on the victim's finger before she died. The victor wrote the killer's name. I present the autopsy. Detective Gumshoe, there was one thing I want you to clarify for me here. You say the victim, Mia Fey, wrote this note. That she was accusing the defendant, Maya Fey? That's really what you're saying? What? This isn't one of those lawyer tricks now, is it? Of course she wrote it. Who else could have? You have it backwards, Detective. Backwards? The victim is the only person who absolutely could not have written it. This is a report from your department, Detective. Immediate death due to a blow from a blunt object. She died immediately! But... no butting your way out of this one, Detective. Order! Order! The defense has a point. Someone who died immediately wouldn't have had the time to write anything down. Mr. Wright, I beg your pardon, but what exactly do you obtain that autopsy report? When? Was the day after the murder. The prosecutor's point being... that autopsy report is outdated, Your Honor. What? A second autopsy was performed yesterday at my request. Death was almost immediate due to a blow from a blunt object, but there is a possibility the victim lived for several minutes after the blow. I received the results this morning. No way! Your Honor, it's quite easy to imagine the victim did have time to write Maya. That is all. I see. Damn you, Edgeworth. I should have known you would have something up your sleeve. Why, Mr. Wright, you looked shocked. Something you want to say? I'm not gonna say I'm a sham. Mr. Edgeworth, I've heard there's nothing you won't do to get to your verdict. What reason could you possibly have to request a second autopsy report? Mr. Wright, the defense will retain from personal attacks on the prosecution. No matter, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, say what you will. The evidence in this report is undeniable. Your Honor, I submit this report to the court. Understood. The court accepts the evidence. Well, Your Honor, the evidence strongly suggests the victim was identifying the killer. I suppose that's the obvious conclusion, yes. Darn, this isn't good. The prosecution would like to call its next witness. This poor, innocent girl saw the murder with her own eyes. Let the witness, Miss April May, take the stand. Exactly what part of her is innocent? Witness, your name, please. April May, at your service, Wink. Oh, brother. Oh, order! An introduction should not require any reaction from the crowd. The witness will refrain from wanton winking.
Yes, Your Honor.
This is not good. She's already captured the heart of every man in this courtroom. Every man? Tell us, where were you on the night of September 5th when the murder occurred?
Gee, I was, like, in my hotel room, Tiki.
I checked in right after lunch.
And this hotel is directly across from Fay and Company law offices?
That's right, big boy.
Please testify to the court about what you saw.
Witness testimony.
It was like 9 at night. I looked out the window, you know. And then, ooh, I saw a woman with long hair being attacked. The one attacking her was the mousy girl sitting in the defendant's chair. Then the woman, like, dodged to one side and ran away. But that girl, she caught up to her and she hit her. Then the woman with the long hair, she kind of slumped. The end. That's all I saw. Every little bitsy witsy wink.
Did she just... So how do you like Edgy Boy? He's a fucking prick. And did she just, move her melons? If you catch my bit?
Well, Your Honor, I see. It is a remarkably solid testimony. I don't see a need to trouble the witness any... Oh, wait, Your Honor! Yes, Mr. Wright? What about my cross-examination? I thought the witness's testimony just now was quite... firm.
Did you know, you old fucker?
Mr. Wright, I understand you are Miss Mia Fey's understudy, were you not? You must know her techniques well. Her cowardly way of finding tiny faults in perfectly good testimonies.
Hey, how dare you?
Oh, well, Mr. Wright, will you cross-examine the witness?
Yes, I'm doing it.
I'll gladly proceed with the cross-examination.
If only because I have a feeling Edgeworth doesn't want me to. She has to have some weakness.
Very well, you may begin your cross-examination.
It was like 9 a.m. I looked out the window, you know.
Let me review the...
Damn, the old autopsy report completely overridden.
Let me press on that. She dodged what?
Well, the attack.
Please continue your testimony. Press on the time. Why did you
Huh? Why? Like, why what?
Why did you look out the window? Were you expecting to see something?
Oh, well, gee.
What? That's it? She can't get out of this question that easily?
I sort of, you know... For Pete's sake! I had a feeling.
Well, I have a feeling she's trying to avoid the question. Maybe I should press a little harder on this one. Go for it. Let's see, how far can I run with this? Surely, you must have had a reason to look out your window at that time of night.
Oh.
Mr. Wright, I will not have you badgering my witness. Badgering? You insist on dealing her with these trivial questions. I really don't think it should be allowed. Yeah, stop him. The poor girl. Order! Mr. Wright, you have been warned. Poor girl? What about poor me? You looked out the window and... You looked out the window. What did you see next?
I saw a woman with long hair being attacked.
There's something off here.
I really have a gut feeling, because when you look at the floor plans, there doesn't really look like much to run from. Like, run away. If this is the only vantage point, how could she be running away? Did she run in from somewhere? I feel like this is the I feel like there's the contradiction. It's like, there's not much room in that office really to run. And... But yet, I need to be careful of this. Or am I just thinking about this too much? This is unfortunately why I don't really get much into these types of games, because I tend to overanalyze and overthink anything. It's like I could come across this solution, but think about it too much and start doubting myself. I'm going with my gut on this one. Your Honor, that statement contradicts this evidence. It does? It doesn't seem... really? Objection overruled. Try to think before you make accusations. Damn it! That didn't go so well. Think you want to... Yes, please, hint. I think I am just overthinking this way too much. And the game ends up like, well, oh, if you choose this, this is where it goes. It's like, no! My mind is all over the place with this. My Yeah, I am stuck. Anyone on the audience, you may answer this, because my mind is now really going on the fritz here. I'm stuck. I'm thinking too much into this, or I'm overthinking this way too much that it's not doing that I'm not doing anything here. Yeah, I kind of figured you were on your way to work or something. How did you know it was my client? Gee, first of all, she had a girl's physique, and secondly, she was small. Who else could it be but her? She has a point. Hold on a minute. That testimony stinks. What? Miss May, I'm willing to bet that... Are you telling the truth? Did you really see the defendant? Mr. Wright, what's the meaning of this?
Yes, what's the meaning? Someone tell me, because I'm clueless. About this, I mean.
Okay. If you had really witnessed my client, Maya Fey, you would have noticed her clothes before noticing her physique.
Huh?
No one wears clothes like this on a daily basis, except her. And I'm no expert on fashion, but her hairdo looks far from normal to me. However, the witness's testimony mentions neither of these things. The testimony is bogus. But still, we don't know if she was dressed that way the night of the murder. She was, Your Honor. I saw her. And so did Detective Gumshoe. What do you say to that, Miss May?
Rawr, what are you trying to say, you mean lawyer? I saw what I saw. I just didn't think all the trifling little details were necessary, darling.
Miss May, the court would like to remind you to please omit nothing from your testimony.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. I'll be a good girl, I promise. Wink.
Your testimony again, if you would.
Damn it, I almost had her.
Witness account. Okay.
I did see everything. I did. The victim, the woman dodged... the woman, dodged the first attack and ran off to the right. Then the girl in the hippie clothes ran after her. And she hit her with that weapon. I saw it. I did. That clock, that kind of statue-y clock, the Thinker, I think. Well, does the accuracy of my report not startle you, Teehee?
I see. I only wish you had been so detailed from the beginning. Please, begin the cross-examination.
I did it. I did see everything. I did. The victim, the woman, dodged the first attack and ran off to the right.
Hold on a moment. Already, I think there might be some contradictions showing up. Check. But if she ran to the right, why was there a bunch of glass off to the... Okay, so now there's already potential contradictions. There's the layout of the office, because there's this right there. So it would have implied if she did dodge to the right, then why is stuff on the left broken and disheveled? That's one thing that comes to mind. What was the other one? Let me press on that one. Is that right as in your right as you looked from the hotel?
Which hand do I hold my knife in again? Right. It was my right hand, right?
Satisfied, Mr. Wright? Please continue. It's the glass. Your Honor, that evidence it's just a statement. It does? I don't see anything. Really? Objection overruled. God damn it. The floor plans would be the only thing then to contradict that because of the mess. Am I thinking this too straightforward? I'm now pretty much down to my last one. Hippie... Okay, I guess I gotta press. How convenient for you to remember her hippie clothes. That's what you... I mean, that's what she was wearing. Oh, and her hair was all done up like a bun. Ugh, what happened then? Clock. Didn't this come up in another testimony recently? Well, don't look sour, Mr. Lawyer. You can't win them all. No, but I have a feeling I'm onto something now.
This is really my last chance. Here.
Miss May, what you said just now was quite revealing.
Revealing? Oh, you'd like that, wouldn't you, naughty Mr. Lawyer?
You said that this statue of the thinker was a clock, but there's no way of knowing that just by looking at it. Another person in much the same position as you recently called this a clock, too. And he was found guilty of murder. Order! Order! Miss May, can you explain how you know this was a clock?
Oh,
The witness saw the murder with her own eyes. That's all that's important here. The defense is trying to confuse the issue with trivial concerns. Yes, yes, of course. You will withdraw your question, Mr. Wright. But questions are all I have, Your Honor. And as you may recall, I caught murderers with these questions before. Well, only once. Objection sustained. You may continue to question the witness. Phew, that was close. If he had stopped me there, the trial would be over.
Huh? What? So, what happens now?
What happens now is you answer my question. How did you know it was a clock?
What? That's... because I heard it? Yes, I heard it say the time.
So, you've been to the law offices of Fay & Company?
No, hey, I didn't say that. Why would I go there? I heard it from my hotel room. Hee.
The law offices of Fay & Company, where the murder took place, is very close to the hotel. She could easily have heard the clock. Well, Mr. Wright, are you satisfied? No, Your Honor. I can't give up now. I'm not satisfied because... it could have rung. Your Honor, members of the court, it's inconceivable that the clock question rang. Oh boy.
Yeah, I figured. It's empty, but I wasn't sure if I was going to go too much of it. That clockwork is missing its clockwork.
How could you possibly... Just take a look, right now. Oh, see anything interesting, Your Honor? It's as the defense says. This clock is missing its clockwork. It's quite empty. Mr. Wright, would you care to explain to the court the meaning of this? It is as you can see. The clock was empty. It couldn't have run. Therefore, this witness is a big fat liar.
Fat?
Well, Miss May... Quite a show you've put on for us, Mr. Wright. He knew the clock was empty. Somehow he knew. I'm afraid you've forgotten one thing, however. Indeed, the clock is empty. As you say, it can't ring. However, we must ask, when was the clockwork removed? If it was after the witness heard the clock, then there is no contradiction. That's true. That is a possibility. The clock might have been emptied after she heard it. And that is exactly what happened, Your Honor. Well, Mr. Wright, can you prove when the clockwork was removed? Oh, impossible, of course. I have proof. What? Wasn't it you who told me proof is everything? Well, I was listening. And now I'll show you the proof you'd like so much. Evidence that proves when the clockwork was removed. take a look at this. That's a very cute cell phone.
Oh, ho, you have a girly phone.
Wait, this isn't my phone. Listen, this is the defendant's cell phone, and it contains a recording. A recording of a conversation she had with the victim of the day of the murder. Order! The defendant's cell phone? This wasn't brought to my attention. Yeah, I wonder why. Perhaps Detective Gumshoe overlooked it? Oh, the good detective better remember he's up for reevaluation soon. I gotta say, I'm starting to feel bad for the big fella. Let's hear the conversation.
So you just want me to hold on to the thinker for you then? If you could. I should probably tell you, the clock isn't talking right now. Huh? It's not working? That's lame. I had to take the clockwork out. Sorry.
Your Honor, I think this makes it clear the clockwork was already gone by the time this was recorded. Which was well before the witness even arrived at her hotel. Well, Miss May, would you care to explain this to the court? Just how did you know that weapon was a clock?
Well, isn't it obvious? I saw that clock before. What store was I at again? I go to so many. Oops, I forgot. Wink.
So the witness has seen it before. That would make sense. Does the defense have any objections, Mr. Wright? The witness claims she had seen it before, but this directly contradicts a piece of evidence already submitted to this court. Well then, let's see it. Please produce this evidence that will prove the witness have not seen the clock before.
I have to be careful here.
Yeah. Yeah, handmade, so it wouldn't have been mass-produced. It's simple. This clock was never in any store. Ever.
What?
A friend of mine made that clock. Only 2 exist in the world. And the one that isn't here is in police custody.
Impossible! Everything is sold in stores.
Miss May, I think it's high time you went shopping for a better excuse. Oh, excuses not on sale today?
Oh.
Oh my God!
What is it to you, porcupine head? That stupid clock doesn't matter, okay? She did it, and she should die for it. Die!
Whoa, let's not get ahead of ourselves. This is a court of law, and the witness will remain calm.
Oh, silly me. Did I, like, lose it? I guess I did. Wink.
Ugh, scary. Yeah, I'm getting it. He gets it. Miss May, let me ask, tell me, how do you know the weapon was a clock? Oh dear. Does the defense have an opinion on this behavior? Okay, this is it. Yes, Your Honor. Allow me to explain how I see the truth of the matter. Miss April May, you knew the weapon was a clock because...
Oh, no,
Because... this seems like the one thing to go. Oh, wait, back. You had heard about it. The witness had never held the clock in her hand. However, she had heard that it was a clock. She heard? That is correct, Your Honor. There is no other way she would have known that Thinker was a clock. And I could show you the proof. Well, this is interesting. Let's see it then. Show me the evidence you heard that the witness had heard the murder weapon was a clock. The wiretap. Have a look at this.
That...
I found this in Miss May's room. Mr. Wright, please explain to the court what this is. Miss April May, you were tapping the victim, Miss Mia Faye's phone, were you not? Your Honor, this is irrelevant. I'm not entirely sure that it is. Objection overruled. It troubles me that our witness was in possession of a wiretap. This is outrageous! Does the defense truly claim that the witness was tapping her phone? Absolutely. Even if that was the case, which is not, you still have to prove one thing. Did the victim ever say that the weapon was a clock on the phone? Can you prove that? I think not! Oh yeah, I think I can. It's simple. What? Here is my proof. The proof that the victim said on the phone that the weapon was a clock is... Okay, I got so caught up in the acting moment, I need to just refresh myself here. Okay, it's not that. Is it really the phone message? The phone? That's what I thought. Yeah, because everything else does not make sense. So... I present the defendant's cell phone. Yes, we've seen that. Listen once more to the conversation between the defendant and the victim. Maya, what's up? You haven't called in a while. Well, actually, there's something I want you to hold on to me. Again? What is it this time? It's a clock. It's made to look like the statue, the thinker, and it tells you the time. Miss April May, you used a wiretap to listen to this conversation. That's how you knew the thinker was a clock. And am I wrong? Your Honor, this is ridiculous! Your Honor, look at the witness's face. Does she seem amused to you? The defense demands an answer. Witness, answer the question. Did you tap her phone? Miss May!
Shut up, all of you! What gives you the right to talk to me? You lawyer!
I completely missed that one. I think I could watch the reception awful here.
It's no fair, all of you gang up on me like that. Oh, so I'm the bad girl, is it? Is that it?
That did it. The court's seen the real Miss April May now. Now to deal the final blow. Why the wire? Why did you tap her phone? Answer the question.
Do I have to? Isn't this a murder trial? Isn't tippy-tapping her, irrelevant?
She's saying exactly what Edgeworth wants her to say. Miss May, you were tapping the victim's phone. I hardly call that irrelevant. While this court does not condone the defense's tone of voice, he has a point. Well, Miss May, do you have an explanation for the court? Can you prove you had nothing to do with this murder, even though you tapped her phone? Ha, I'd like to see her pull that off.
Mr. Lawyer, I saw that evil grin. You were probably thinking I'd like to see her pull that off, weren't you?
Damn, she's good.
Well, you're not the first man who's thought that. And of course, I can and will.
You can't be serious. No way.
Way, I say, way. Oh, and I assure you, I'm serious, Mr. Lawyer. Okay, so the killing happened around 9, ain't at night, right? Why, that's just when I was getting room service from that sweet bellboy.
Room service?
Iced coffee, I believe.
I don't think I can watch. Reception's awful here. Well, take care. It's okay. Hey, Miles.
Iced coffee, I believe it was. Iced coffee, you know, like normal coffee, but cold. If you don't drink it quick, the ice melts, and then you have regular cold coffee.
Ice coffee?
Think I'm making this up? Ask the bellboy. Wink.
Ergo, the witness was not on the scene at the time of the murder. So, where does that leave us? It is my great displeasure to inform you that the witness appears to have been tapping the victim's telephone. However, that is a separate crime with no bearing on the current case whatsoever. Her testimony stands. She saw the defendant, Maya Fey, commit the murder. No, they're going to let her just walk away. There's no way I can win this unless I tie Miss May to the murder somehow. Well, does the defense have anything to say? Well, come on, think of something. The defense would like to call the hotel bellboy as a witness. There's something suspicious here, and I'm going to get to the bottom of it.
I think you've sunk it quite low enough already.
I object to calling the bellboy. Why? What's your reason? Because that the wiretapping had nothing to do with the killing. However, if you agree on one condition, I'll consent to calling this witness. Condition: if Miss April May's alibi is not called into question after you examine the bellboy, then you will recognize that Miss April May was not the killer. Thus, she is innocent. And thereby, you must also accept the verdict of guilty for Ms. Maya Fey. That is my condition. What? I'd better find something suspicious in that bellboy's testimony. Otherwise, Maya will be declared guilty on the spot. What should I do? Alright, I've got nothing to lose except for, well, everything. Understood, I accept your condition. Fool. You fell right into my trap. Uh-oh. Very well. The court calls the hotel bellboy to the stand. I believe we're ready for the witness to testify. He certainly does look like a bellboy.
Complete with tray, what the hell?
Yes, sir. I received your summons in the middle of work, sir. I'm happy to be of service. That tea set looks rather heavy. So, without further ado, the witness may begin his testimony. Very good, sir. I'm the head of bellboy at Fine Gatewater Hotel, in business for 4 generations. I believe I received a call after 8 in the evening from our guest, Miss May. Okay, after 8. Murder apparently happened after that. She asked for an iced coffee to be brought to her at 9 on the dot, sir. I brought it to her at precisely the requested time, of course. I delivered the iced coffee to our guest, Miss May herself.
Wait a minute.
I see. The defense may begin cross-examination. Right, I'm ready. I'm hope. This is it. If I can't prove Miss May was involved with the murder now, mine will be finished. Okay. Nine on the dot, you say? Yes, I confirmed that detail several times. She was watching a program on TV and wished to drink after she finished, sir. 9. The time of the murder. I brought it to her at precisely the requested time, of course. I can't present anything. You sure it was Miss April May herself? Absolutely, sir. Very well. Absolutely? Isn't so very much necessary. It's an endearing mannerism of mine. How come you're so very certain? Well, when I brought the room service, sir, the guest, sir, favored me with an embarrasser, sir. Embarrasser? Is that French for embrasure? Is that French for embrace? It's French for kiss, sir, but not a French kiss, sir. More of a peck on the cheek. Why would she have done that? I believe perhaps she was momentarily swayed by my prim demeanor, sir. It was a moment I shall never ever forget, sir. Sounds pretty fishy to me. I think our Miss May was up to something and wanted the bellboy to remember her. It's no good. There's nothing there. Is that it? Finally, you understand. This bellboy has absolutely no reason to lie. Now, if you have any decency, you will end this rather tedious cross-examination here. It was a bit tedious. The witness may leave the stand. I can't let this happen, can I? Wait! Please wait! Yes, does the defense have something to add? One last question. Let me ask one last question. Your Honor, I must object. This charade of justice has gone on long enough. Says the charade. Now, Mr. Edgeworth. All right, Mr. Wright, I'll give you one more question. That is all. That's all I have. Okay. This is really it. Now, this is my last chance. What do I ask him about? Oh, gosh. My instinct seems to go to the bed-making thing, but no, that would probably be considered irrelevant. It is... Alright. Tell me again about their room service. Again, sir. Exactly 9, I delivered room service to Miss May in room 303. The guest had requested iced coffee, $18 with a charge, as I recall. I see. $18? Does that seem a bit expensive? Yes, well, iced coffee for 2, you know, and we don't skimp on the ice, sir. 2? What did he say? What did you say? Rather, quite. Bellboy, tell us the truth now. Was someone else staying in Miss May's room? I object! That was objectionable! Objection overruled. The witness will answer the question. Yes, I see. Why did you not mention this in your testimony? Well, sir, you didn't ask. Nice try. That's the sort of thing you're normally supposed to mention. Yes, quite, indeed. It was the, good barrister there, Mr. Edgeworth, who... Huh? He asked me not to mention it if I was specifically asked, sir. Oof! You fool! I've done it. I've won. Miss April May checked into a twin room with a man, correct? Yes, sir. Then, when you brought them room service, you didn't see that man in the room? That's right, sir. Your Honor! We have just learned of another person involved who may have been the murderer. In light of this new fact, I hold that it's impossible to judge the defendant. Wouldn't you agree, Mr. Edgeworth? And who, Mr. Wright? Who is this other person? Simple. It was... the man with Miss May. The man who checked in with Miss May. Oof! Your Honor, as had been previously revealed, Miss April May was tapping the victim's phone, yet Miss May herself has an alibi at the time of the murder. Hey, Stud, hope you're doing well. Teehee, Ace Attorney Case 2. Yes, well, things got a little hairy, and I had to fall back on some audience participation because I tend to overthink stuff. But I think we're in a better place right now. Welcome on in, by the way. I hope your day is going well. How you doing? However, that does not clear the man that was with her. The bellboy saw no one else in the room at the time of the murder. My, what a convenient little setup, but it's too late. Too late? I suppose you'd like it if it was too late, wouldn't you? After all, it was you who hid the presence of the other man from this court. If... upstart. Amateur! These accusations are ludicrous! Enough! The court acknowledges the defense's argument. I expect the prosecution and defense to look into this matter fully. And I understood. Yes, Your Honor. That's all for today's trial of Maya Fey. Court is adjourned. Phew. All good. I was lurking for a bit because I was making food, but yeah, no, this is exciting. Oh, food. What are you making? I'd like to know. Sniffa. September 7th, 2:24 p.m., District Court, Defendant Lobby number 1.
Mr. Wright, you were amazing in there.
Really?
I think I might be your newest fan.
Oh, I was just doing my job, you know?
Then again, that other attorney was pretty cool, too.
He was a dick! More than the dick. Detective.
Huh?
That face of his, with his eyes wide and trembling lips.
Just some spaghetti.
Yeah. Nothing wrong with some plain spaghetti. Couldn't really add much to it beyond seasoning. Well,
So it was just like, what, plain spaghetti with, dick! Not the dick! Plain spaghetti with, like, say, parsley seasoning, maybe some Parmesan cheese? Any sauce to go with it? Detective gift dick gumshoe. Indeed.
it sent shivers up my spine.
If you say so.
So, what happens with me? Do I get to go home now?
Well... No, I don't think so. Not yet.
Oh, I see.
But I got a great lead in today's trial.
A lead?
That man with Miss May, he's the key.
Oh, I get it. What happened to Miss May after that anyway?
I heard they arrested her. I guess she's learning her charms won't work everywhere. If she manages to somehow wiggle her way out... Even though you may have been lurking, I guess you were around to see that little bit. Or just remembered it off the top of my head. Stud picked neither, yeah. Yeah, I'm a straight shooter. She's probably at a detention center right now. I may have to go down there later. Anyway, this case is far from closed.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to find out more about this man.
Do you think he was the one who...
Maybe so.
Sis.
Don't worry, I'll find him by tomorrow, I promise.
I'm counting on you.
I asked for a full record of April May's testimony. I thought it might come in handy during the trial tomorrow, but now that I have it, I'm not so sure. Most of her testimony was all lies. In fact, there's only one part that has been stricken from the record. The victim dodged the attack, ran to the right, but she was caught and struck. But again, if she dodged to the right, then the lamp, that glass lamp, would not have shattered. So, either she was lying about the direction she was moving, or was something. I might be thinking maybe just like overthinking. I might be thinking way ahead of this. Love this series so much, this trilogy's events live in my head rent-free. Well, I'm glad that I could possibly provide a refresher on that one. I don't know how much good this will do me at all now. Anyway, time to hit the pavement and do some investigating. Maya doesn't belong in that detention center, and it's up to me to set her free. To be continued. Oh boy. Definitely some mental gymnastics going on for this game, that's for sure. Had to do some thinking that I haven't had to do much of in a long, long time. So we'll continue onward there. Also, before I forget, since I just only noticed that, since I only just noticed that, how about we get, to make sure we give some love and support for Phoenix Affinity, who also happens to be a streamer there. September 3/11.
Ah, well, hello.
Oh, frick. Not this again.
I didn't expect anyone to visit me in such a dank place like this.
If only it were... Finger. Jeez. I didn't expect anyone to... It's really quite moving. Among other things.
Not, you stinking lawyer! I hope you die! Have you come to laugh? Yes, laugh at the fallen Miss May.
Aw, don't you like her? Haha, no, I don't stream. Not anymore, sadly. Oh. Well, hopefully it could be an art you could pick up again, but we still like our lurkers. No, not really. There's something I wanted to ask.
Unfortunately, there's nothing I want to be asked. Have you done enough questioning, you spiky head?
Really? Is that the best insult you could throw at me? I could name a lot more odious insults for you. Harpy. Here we go again. Please, you're scaring the security guard.
So, what is it you wish to ask of me, then,
The stink cleavage. For starters, how did you get to be so totally whacked?
Why did you place a wiretap on Mia's phone? When you say it like that, it sounds so cold, so criminal.
Tapping people's phones is a crime, Miss May, especially ones that are not authorized.
Oh, and I suppose you learned that in lawyer school?
Creep! This woman is impossible to talk to. That man, about the man who stayed with you in your hotel room. Can you tell me about him? Where is he? Come on.
No way, Jose.
Maybe if I had something to get her to talk. Say, why are you so angry? I mean, you don't look like a bad person.
Oh, that does it! Bottom-feeding, scum-sucking lawyer!
Bottom? I can't tell. Does she have a thing against lawyers or just against me? Smile for the camera. Or maybe he just doesn't get to see a lot of women like Miss May in here. I don't know. Maybe if I had something to get her talking.
Hey, guess what? Actually, I, really hate your guts. Oh, how frank. So get lost, because, well, I'm not cooperating.
Thanks, I noticed. I played the trilogy back when they came out. How old is the trilogy? Let's see, I might have to do a little more, I may have to do a little more snooping around. Ooh. Oh, good. Good to know. Yes, I see. Welcome, sir. Quite the performance today, if I dare say so myself. Oh, thanks. Sorry for putting you on the spot like that. No, not at all, sir. Your efforts today can only help the Gatewater's rep, as they say. Huh? Rep? Yes, our reputation will swell as a hotel where a murderer used a wiretap. We could charge a premium for the room, of course.
Oh, for Pete's sake. Mid-2000s on the DS.
What I'm seeing of the graphics here, this looks pretty sharp for a DS port. So I wonder if this may have been just a touch-up for the trilogy re-release for PC and Switch. Whoa! Miss May hasn't been charged with murder. I, too, will become famous. The bellboy who brought the murderer iced coffee. Why do I feel like we're both stuck in the same bad dream? So, you are an honored guest. Please, let me know if there's anything I can bring you. About Miss May. Oh, her? Sir, not to boast, but I knew the moment I saw her. She'd do it, I say. Do what? I'm starting to think the most suspicious person here is this guy. I wanted to ask you about the man who was with Miss May. Yes, he struck me as a real, lady killer, if you'll pardon the expression. I knew from the moment I saw him, sir. He and I are of the same ilk. We both carry the scent of, danger. There we are, in total agreement, Mr. Psycho Bellboy. If you have a photo of that man, I'm quite sure I could identify him. A photo? Fortunately, I don't have one. What a sadistic bellboy. Yeah, amen to that. Could you tell me about this hotel? Absolutely, and on that subject, I have an excellent idea, sir. Currently, this hotel is known as the Gatewater. I propose that we add a subtitle. A subtitle? The Gatewater Hotel. Murder Manor. Well, what do you think? Sounds great. Whatever floats your tea set, I guess. Huh? There's still a screwdriver stuck in that drawer. Please leave that as is, sir. That's the drawer of terror, hiding place of the murderer's wiretap. It's set to become one of the most popular attractions here. This guy's serious. I don't believe it. Neither do I. vase, as expected. I'm not good with flower. Yeah, it's just basically the same. Still life, whatever. One of those is hanging on the wall. Ah, yes, we plan to install a telescope in that window, of course. Just $5 will earn you 3 minutes of a view to kill. Oh my word, indeed. You took the words out of my mouth, Phoenix. And both of you, for that matter. Just kidding, sir. By that look in his eyes, I say he was way more serious. A simple bed. It's been recently made. Nothing eye-catching here. Okay, looks like I'm still gonna have to do some moving around. What happened to the painting? On the DS, you could actually scream objection into the mic. Oh boy, would I love to do that. It's like, select your evidence and then shout to the microphone, objection! Huh, looks like Grossberg is out today. Again. Maybe he's avoiding me for some reason. Oh, there's a picture on the desk. Wait a second. Wasn't there a giant painting hanging on the wall? Yeah. It was a painting of... a fisherman. Wasn't it? It wasn't a very memorable painting. Anyhow. Or dick! A table for clients. Yep. I'm starting to wonder if this guy is a... Well, anyway. What's this? Old photos? There are 2 lying here. Something's been written in pencil on the backs. DL6 Incident Exhibit A, DL6 Incident Exhibit B. It's just the same exhibit for... Let's take a look at these. I'm sure I've seen this person somewhere. Perhaps I'll borrow this photo. I'm sure no one will miss just one little photo, and it might be a valuable clue. I'll take it for now. Oh, so... Photo lies on the desk. That looks like our killer from the cutscene. Maybe I should switch it with the one I took. Swap photos. I think I'll swap them. Alright. Alright, back to the Gatewater. Take a look at this photo. That's him, detective. I'm the lawyer. Oh, I know that. I just wanted to say detective once. Why don't you just say dick? You know how it is. No, I don't. Without a doubt, that is the man who checked in with Miss April May. How about I write an affidavit swearing that's him? An affidavit? This guy is way too excited about this. Okay, have him write it. Well, sure, why not? Yes, I've always wanted to write an affidavit, sir, for henceforth I known as the bellboy who swore the affidavit. Just hurry up and write it! Bellboy's affidavit added to the court record. Not even Miss May can play dumb to this. I am really getting a lot of evidence here. Describe the man who stayed with Miss May at the hotel on the night of the murder. Yeah. Alright, thank you very much. Ah, man, he's hilarious. In a dark way, and I can't help but get some enjoyment out of it, too, because it's... You again? Can't you take a hint and stay gone? Hey, the only reason I'm back here is because you won't talk to me. Oh, so it's my fault now? You don't just have spiky hair. You also have a spiky heart. I would rather have a spiky heart than... never mind. That does it. When is this case done? I'm shaving my head. No! Have a look at this. Look, I've seen Ed several times. I'm not telling... Where did you... Aha! A reaction. This is him, isn't it? What? Who? When? Why? It is him. This is the man who stayed in your hotel room the night of the murder. No, that's not right. Nice try, Miss Cooperative. Do you have proof that was him, huh? Yeah, proof.
Show me proof.
I hope she's hitting the glass. But then again, I don't know what this visitor's room's supposed to be. Is it like just an open interrogation room, one person on one side of the table, one person on the other side? I hope she's hitting the table, because I'm pretty sure if she was hitting me, that guard would have dragged her out for attempted murder. Hey, the stink guy is back. Yep. Could you have a look at this?
What's that?
The bellboy's affidavit. It tells us everything he saw, such as the man you checked in with, who was most definitely this guy. Now I'm getting somewhere. You know what? She's a total bitch. I'm pushing it. This is it. All or nothing. Time to do a little bluff. No use in playing dumb, if indeed that's an act. If you don't talk, I'm taking this info to the press.
What?
Even though he should have been a witness to your murder, your little friend was missing. I'm sure the press would have a field day with his reputation.
Oh, fine. I'll talk. You win, lawyer.
Yes. Man, that felt good. Look at that. Boy, push harder. That's funny out of context. Yes, indeed. It's great to be alive.
Why are you pumping your fists in the air?
Now, tell me about the man you were with.
That man. He's my boss. Red White, the president of the information gathering conglomerate Blue Corp.
White again. Red. White? Information gathering?
Well, I suppose you could call it a detective agency.
So this is the man that was with you that night of the murder.
I'm scared to talk. I don't want to end up like her.
It's okay. I'll just ask Mr. White himself. Can you tell me where Blue Corp is located? Mr. Red White, at last. Finally. A lead on this guy. If April May couldn't have done it, that leaves him. Refresh my memory, I think if you mix red and white together, you get pink. I guess that would explain his suit. Time to take action. Bellboy's affidavit discarded. I just discarded the affidavit, so it's not going to be thrown in the court orders? Something like that. Yeah, that's what I thought. It's that same picture! September 7th, Blue Corp Inc., CEO's office. What's with that surreal decor? Welcome! Please furnish me with the title of your personage. What the... Your name. What's your name? Oh my god, this guy's a full-blown Gaston. Ayo, the painting, exactly. I was just inquirably asking the title that you go by. Wright. Phoenix Wright. Inquirably? Miss Wright, is it? Right, I see. Splendiferous. Perhaps I have intimidated you with my gigantic vocabulary. Man, you were intimidating... Okay, time to work. Good luck. Look, yep. Catch you later, Miles. Hopefully work doesn't get you done too much. My man, you were intimidating me more with that smile than anything. What's this guy's problem? I'm Red White, CEO of Blue Corp. You know, a corporate expansion official. My business dealings bring me into contact with the elite of the elite. So I'm afraid I'm not used to conversing with the wordily challenged. I'm getting wordily challenged just having to deal with this guy. Now he's just glittery vocab. He's trying to be shiny. What a fruitcake! I'm glad someone said it! Let me guess. You are an attorney fresh out of law school, are you not? That's the only explanation for why you would come to me, eat me like this. What does he mean by that? No matter. So, what business does a mighty lawyer have with a man such as myself? Yipes! This guy's arrogance meter is off the scale. No shit. Miss May is an employee of Blue Corp, is she not? Correct. She was my secretariat. What a shock it was to hear what she has done. What she has done? You mean the wiretap? Indeed! She is paid to answer phones. Tapping them is not in her job description.
She does gather information for us as part of her duties, but I assure you, we do not condone illegal methods.
At least you're keeping up appearances, buddy.
It is ineffable that she would do this.
Sounds like he's trying to turn Miss May into a scapegoat. What kind of company is Blue Corp anyway?
Ah, excellent question. We buy and sell various kinds of information. We are a company of the future. You might say we are the future.
Yeah, that doesn't sound sus at all.
Sell information. In just 10 years, I've built this business up to the grand office you see now. Ah, in case you're wondering, Blue Corp was named after the color blue.
So he's a scammer. Yeah, exactly. Buy, sell information. He's just basically a public-facing black market.
I, Red White of Blue Corp, as founder and CEO, named it so.
Red, white, and blue. Remember earlier there was that whole word salad that was thrown about after Mia's murder?
And why, you ask? Because I like the color blue, of course.
Yeah, I like the color blue too, but I don't do anything illegal with it.
Fantabulistic, is it not?
If you say so.
On the night of the murder, were you in April May's hotel room? Who can say? I seldom pay attention to mundane details such as time and place. My motto is, don't worry, be happy.
I'm pretty sure that was said by Bob Marley. Not you. Still, Mr. White, the hotel bellboy has stated on the record that he does remember you very clearly.
No matter, the bellboy can say what he pleases. I still won't talk to you. If you want me to speak, put me on the witness stand. Although I doubt you'd be capable of doing that.
He raises a good question, actually. Why didn't the prosecution call him as a witness? He should have seen the same thing as April May.
Oh, ho, ho, ho. The police, the courts. To me, they are mere toys.
Playthings for my amusement. Well, I guess we now know who Edgeworth might be answering to. There's something that's been bothering me.
Yes? What that be?
That big painting on the wall over there. You know, I've actually seen that painting before.
Oh?
Just yesterday, actually.
Your point being?
My point is simple. Rather, my question is simple. Why is that painting hanging on your wall?
Mr. Wrong, was it?
Right.
It appears you do not fully grasp your position here. I ask again, who are you?
A lawyer?
No, my feeble friend. A mere lawyer. Worth nothing. Zilch. Zippo. Nada! Just like that. Sorry. Excuse. Just like that. Sorry excuse for an attorney. Gruddyburger.
What?
Oof.
He punched me!
Well, Mr. Lawyer, what will you do, eh? Charge me with assault? Charge away, I welcome it, for it is you who will be found guilty.
What?
Heed my exposition. The police, the courts, they all do my beating.
So you say, but I wonder, is that kind of control really possible?
I don't expect you to understand. It is a world beyond your comprehension. You came here for Grudy Burgers, I presume? Mr. Grossberg's, yes. Then you must ask him, why is that this painting of his hangs here? Perhaps then he will tell you. Perhaps he will explain how a man can live life purely for a personal profit. Go now. Skedaddle. There's nothing more to discuss. Grudy Burger.
It was until yesterday hanging in Mr. Grossberg's office. Why does White have it now? It's not hard to imagine a few possibilities. I'm guessing this is supposed to be a desk? My, this is quite the thing. Clue number 1 about a sociopathic narcissist. They have a desk made of gold, made of something. Modeled after something. Blue Corp Science City stands out enough. Model for the man is, of course, Mr. White. Judges, cooperators. Good try. The words judges and special kind of stand out. Probably strong-armed them into giving him something. Grossberg. Huh? I don't think he's noticed me standing here. Maybe I should clear my throat.
Jumpin' Jehoshaphat's! Oh, you. What's wrong? You look so pensive, like an old man at the end of his days. I'm not senile yet. I was just thinking about this whole mess. Something's really bothering him. That much is clear. So you came to see the trial? Yes, I did. Something was bothering me all last night. You see, I couldn't get a wink of sleep. Really? What was that? Well, you see, it's just Mia's sister, that poor girl. My boy, I owe you my thanks, truly. I don't know what I would have done if things had gone poorly for the girl. I asked before, but why did you refuse a request for defense? I think I have a right to know. Right, Mr. Wright? No, I'm sorry. It's just, I need more time to think about it, my boy. He does seem troubled about something. I'm starting to have a feeling I know what that is. So, I paid Blue Corp a visit. Oh? I see. Mr. Grossberg, I have to admit, something has been bothering me. Oh? What is it? Well, out with it, my boy. You see, it's just... Mr. Grossberg, sir, there was a giant painting hanging right there the other day, was there not? The one you said you had no intention of parting with? Well, I saw it today. It was in the CEO's office at Blue Corp, Red White's office. So, you noticed. I suppose I should have guessed you would. It is a large painting. Mr. Grossberg, I know you and Mr. White are connected somehow. Connected, you say? Yes, and I know what it is. As much as I would have loved to say the lovers thing, unfortunately, that's not the case. Plus, I'm pretty damn sure Mr. Fruitcake at Blue Corp probably would have would probably turn this guy down. Mr. White has something in you, doesn't he? Blackmail? I think that painting is fairly gaudy proof. It would have been funny if you did, but all good. Very well, this might be the chance I've been waiting for. Maybe it's time to get this off my chest so I can finally rest easy again. After all, you were Mia's understudy. Perhaps it was fate? What's he talking about? Red White is a man who makes his living through intimidation. Blue Corp is a company that excels in finding people's weaknesses, I'm afraid. I've been paying them for 15 years now. 15 years?! All because of the DL6 incident, as you may have guessed. The name on the back of those photographs. As you suspected, I could not stand in defense of Maya because of this. White would have destroyed me if I did. So that's the connection. It's hard for me to tell you this, my boy, but arresting Red White will be nigh on impossible. Impossible? Why? He has information on everyone. It gives him an iron grip. He owes judges, attorneys, prosecutors, police, and politicians. What? They're all bound, unable to do harm to themselves, and therefore... to him. Don't look at me like that. What you see is nothing more than the weight of many years. What is the DL6 incident? DL6 is nothing more than the sorting code the police gave the case. It was 15 years ago now. I received a request from a medium, a spirit Oh my god. Mia and Maya's mother. A medium. Her name was Misty Faye. Faye! Indeed, she was Mia's mother. She had been investigating a murder at the request of the police, and she failed. As a result, the police called her a fraud. This is what Maya was talking about the other day. I did all I could for her, and in the end, cleared her of wrongdoing. That murder... Yeah, I know. Mia. Poor Mia. That murder case, however, remains unsolved to this day. That case is the DL6 incident. But why were you blackmailed over this? The DL6 incident was top secret at the time. It made sense. The police didn't want people to know they were using a medium. They couldn't let people know, but one person found out. I told him. You told White? He offered me riches. It's an embarrassment to me now. Because I talked, the police were mocked far and wide. She is and always will be best girl. Yeah. She left an impression, that's for sure. In secret, they began looking for the one who sold them out. Of course, White heard about it, and he came to me. Only this time, the offer was blackmail. I see. White controls the law of this country as he sees fit. Yet if you would still challenge him, have a close look at Mia's office. Mia's office? She followed his every move for years. She may have recorded something of what she found. It's funny. Looking at this room, it seems so normal. Hard to imagine a murder took place here. Mr. Grossberg said there would be clues. Maybe I should have another look. Okay. Mia's favorite pot plant. I guess I'll have to water it now. I'm back. How did I go? Well, I survived. I was on death's door. Well, not death's door, but I was basically on the edge of contempt of court. But I came back and I've pressed on. Mia's desk, perfectly clean, as always. The only thing it's missing is Mia. Now, which file should I look at? Let's see if there's an A record. If there's a record in this file that catches my eye. God damn it, Phoenix! A, B, F, Misty Faye. That's Mia and Maya's mother. Should I take a look? I have tarnished the Faye name, leaving only these words. It's my mother vanished. I was determined to find the ones who have made my mother blame herself in this way. Using the power that runs in my family, I held an audience with the dead. Finally, the names of two men surfaced. One was Marvin Grossberg, a lawyer who sold my mother's information for riches. The other was the man who sold that information to the press. This parasite, who makes his fortune on threats and coercion. His name is... the record stops there. So Mia knew Grossberg. J through S. Let's see. J through S. Nothing much here. Maybe I'll just skim some of this? Skim. Well, no harm in flipping through a bit, I guess. The biggest part here is at the end of the S. Suicide? Ugh. She has a collection of suicide reports. There's politicians, policemen... Oh! There's writing on most of these in pencil. White? This is Mia's handwriting. Wait, I get it. Mia thought he was involved in these suicides. Uh-huh. Setting up a suicide. White drove them all to... I can use these newspaper clippings. Let's find the most disturbing one. T through Z. I know, W. White. The entire W section is missing! Was it taken? I wonder if it's those that those might be the documents that might have been taken by hidden in a clock. Well, I definitely am not going back to Blue Corp anytime soon. I found this in Mia's files. So she was investigating Red White, as I expected. Well, if you wanted to challenge him, you could present this in court. Not a bad idea. What else? Apparently Miss May is in questioning. I doubt they'll let me in to talk to her today. Well, this definitely has taken an interesting turn one way or another. And I think with that, we'll probably save that trial, the attempted trial of Mr. Red White, for another time. But this has been a very interesting, if not stressful mind puzzle when it comes to this game, but I am having fun with it. I will say that it so far has been a good game, and I look forward to seeing where the story goes from here.